Stjernholm Reviews. Making hi-fi great again and saving the wildlife habitats of the world. Join our Patreon and take part while enjoying all our exclusive listening session, early releases, and much, much more. Stjernholm Reviews. Your sound, your music, your planet.
Welcome to another video in the flagship series on Stjernholm Reviews, where we celebrate the boldest, the brightest, and the downright finger-licking achievements in hi-fi history. Today we are sliding back into the golden glow of the 1990s statement hi-fi wars in Japan to revisit the mighty MDS JA555ES minidisc player and recorder. A machine that weighs in at over 30 pounds and might just weigh in at the top of your audiophile wish list. And if you're already sitting on one of these beasts, congratulations! Prices are climbing fast. The minidisc revival is real, folks. Retro tech lovers and hipster DJ and old school audio freaks are hunting them down like ducks. Why? Was this format ever good enough to truly compete? Now, before we time travel back to the player itself here, let me just say this. Stjernholm Reviews is a non-monetized channel. We work for charity and we want to play music in the videos. The Silverback listening team and I put in serious hours bringing you audiophile entertainment and sonic truth because we care about music and because we care about the future of the natural world.
MD Walkman EP11 debut.
It's a MD.
It's a Sony.
Ah, yes. The 90s, the golden age of Tamagotchis, baggy jeans, the race of the internet, and...
Can you explain what internet is?
That little mark with the A and then the ring around it.
At?
See, that's what I said. Kay said she thought it was about.
Yeah. Oh.
Sony was on a roll, and in 1992, they dropped the bombshell. The minidisc, a replacement for the cassette tape, small, rugged, and digital. And at the time, kind of bloody magic. In Japan, it became a lifestyle. You couldn't ride a Tokyo subway without seeing someone with a minidisc player like these clipped to their belt, right? And just popping disc like they were Pokemon cards or candy or something. Record shops were packed with mini discs. You could name your tracks, you could edit them, you could combine them, and then instantly skip around like it was the future. Because, well, it kind of was. Check this out. The remote control here even has individual letter buttons like a tiny typewriter for your disc naming OCD. Meanwhile, those cassette tapes, they required a degree in the engineering just to get a decent dub, right? And if you want a real flashback to how we used to struggle in the 80s, check out my deep dive on 80s hi-fi. Step back into the mid-80s with the coolest hi-fi setup from Denon on Stjernholm Reviews. And join some retro real-time.
Yep, that's all you need to know.
Anyway, back to minidisc. While Japan was all in, the rest of the world went a little, Maybe the Americans was just married to their CDRs and DAT tapes. Let me know what you think of that in the comments. Minidisc had something neither of those formats could match. Ruggedness. These little things here, I mean, they still play. And this size, just perfect, tossable, pocketable, extremely lovable, right? And maybe that's why they're making a comeback. It's the tactileness. It's real. It doesn't need a computer. You could record a mixtape in real time, name the tracks, pop it into a palm-sized player that ran for days on a single AA battery, and boom, you were done. It was music made easy and it felt good. For durability, it's the little format that could. So what about the audiophile elephant in the listening room, so to speak? The sound. Audiophiles were damn skeptical because, yes, the format was lossy. 8-track compression took your shiny PCM data and kind of squashed it about 5-1. Early versions sounded a bit rough, but 8-track compression also evolved, and Sony, they never slept in the 90s. And the 555 ES here, it's equipped with the very best version of 8-track called 8-track Type R. Many say it's actually the closest the format ever got to real hi-fi stardom. So yes, in this video, we are naturally going to record some reference-grade music into a brand new sealed minidisc and compare playback to a top-tier CD player flagship, the Denon DCD S1, also featured here in the flagship series. Let's find out what the actual sonic difference is, but more on that in a second. Production of recordable minidisc media has stopped now, to my knowledge, but discs are, in the words of legend Curtis Blow, so damn proud and still widely available. Brand new sealed ones are starting to climb in price. Over the format's lifespan, there were like 5,000-6,000 official commercial minidisc releases, with 1,000 exclusive to Japan. Today, some of those go for like 60 to 100 euros or more. If you find one of those on a shelf,
Call me.
Okay, call me later.
As I was saying. Yeah.
I made a YouTube playlist of the best minidisc history videos out there. Check the playlist section on the Stjernholm Reviews channel. Some great creators has gone really deep, and it's worth exploring if you would like to deep dive more. Now, the audiophile hero of the show, the flagship, the Sony MDS JA555ES. It was widely recognized as the best audiophile minidisc player Sony ever made. Hitting the markets in 1999, the 555ES was Sony's ultimate minidisc deck. This was Sony at full flex. The ES stands for Elevated Standard, and they meant it. The machine is totally built like a tank and features super thick aluminum faceplate here, a dual layer top cover for vibration dampening. It has dual R-core transformers separating digital and analog circuits, and it's equipped with a 24-bit current pulse stack that was borrowed from the newly launched SACD players that Sony introduced the same year. And of course, 8-track Type R DSP, the format's final and finest form. You also got fully discrete output stages and a transport mechanism here, smoother than at Nun's inner thighs. The connectivity in the back features coaxial and dual digital optical inputs, and we also get digital outputs, line level analog in and outs, and a very awesome headphone amp, dare I say. The remote here, it's called the RMD90M. Nothing fancy, but it does the job, including naming those tracks one character at the time.
Good luck with that.
The display, crisp and clear, displays titles, levels, and loads of other data. And of course, we're not messing around finding the actual truth about the minidisc sound. Was it really that bad? To compare the 555 ES, I brought in the Denon DCD S1, possibly the best CD player Denon ever made. Both connected via analog outs to the ultra-clean fixed resistor volume control of the Eversolo DMP-810, running in true analog to analog mode, and feeding the balanced out from the Eversolo directly into the Pro Recorder, recording at 24 bits, 48K. I picked 3 cuts to represent different sonic signatures. 2L's Polarity album offering reference-grade transparency and perspective, Mark Cohn's self-titled 1991 album for the texture and depth, and of course David Brubeck's Take 5, old classic jazz recording for its timing and dynamics and musicality. But let's have a taste.
the jungle room when I was walking in Memphis. I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a beam. Walking in Memphis. But do I really feel the way I feel? Down in the jungle room when I was walking in Memphis. I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a beam. Walking in Memphis. But do I really feel the way I feel? Down in the jungle room when I was walking in Memphis. I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a beam. Walking in Memphis. But do I really feel the way I feel?
It's one small step for man.
For owners of the 555, it's actually also worth noting that it can serve as a great DAC too. Without a disc inserted, you can simply just press the record button and select your digital input, and you just need to make sure that the digital source being used is limited to 48K maximum, and you're all set. A affordable Win Pro streamer can do this in hardware, so yes to the sweet sound of the no compromise electronics here. Minidisc is back, not as a mainstream format of course, but as a beloved cult obsession, and I totally get it. People, they miss that tactile feeling, they miss the ceremony, and with Minidisc, it's just you, the music, and the joy of physical media. All done without computers, apps, or algorithmic noise. Minidisc is quite fun. The Sony 555 ES is simply a love letter from an era where Sony was still Sony, when engineers had budgets and they were not afraid to use them. Is it perfect? Yeah, almost. Is it charming? I think so. Is it worth your attention as a modern DAC even though it's 25 years old? Absolutely. But act fast. These machines are disappearing. In fact, if you live in Denmark and owns a collection of flagship hi-fi products that could be featured in this series, don't hold back contacting me.
Okay, call me later.
As I was saying.
So what do you think? Join the comments below. Do you still use Minidisc? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Think it could have killed the CD if HiMD had arrived sooner? How do you think it sounds? And if you're a patron with access to the uncompressed files, what did you think? Share with the rest of the people below in the video. Remember, listening is knowing, and the world always becomes better for it when we
Just listen.
Easter eggs coming up. See you in the next one. Enjoy the outro track.